timely. I may just end up reacting to something 5 seconds later.
Yeah. Or preemptively go, oh man, great jump. When I die. Oh, we're live. Okay. So we're live. Okay, let me just exit here. Hi everyone. My name's Rockki. This is Timothy versus the Aliens. We're just about to get started here. I'm joined by Hey French.
Hello?
Hello French. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. I
Good.
hope you are as well.
Oh yeah, doing great. Doing great.
Yes,
Ready
doing
to go.
flawless.
Yeah, flawless setup here. Flawless setup. But yeah, we're about to get ready, so I can start with a countdown timer, which is when we start a new game here. In 3, 2, 1, go. So you want to let us know what we're going to expect in the first little bit here, French?
Yeah, this is Little Fish City. It's kind of 1920s, and we are a gangster called Timothy. And in this kind of opening cinematic, you are going to see him establish himself as a top dog in the city. You know, don't want to mess with him. And he basically does this by using an unusual ability to slow down time that we can use later in the game.
Yeah, it has one use near the end. But yeah,
We're gonna save that for the platform so you can use it on the boss.
yeah. So yeah, the unfortunate thing about this game is it has cutscenes that are unskippable, which is a bit of a sin. But we managed to avoid a lot of the intended cutscenes, so it's fine. Just this opening one has to play.
All right. So as soon as we get control of Timothy, we're going to do a little bit of a zigzag right at the start to grab some of the money that's just laying around.
Yeah.
So there's three different kinds of money. There's single bills, stacks of 50, and then there are money bags worth 150. But we don't grab any of the money bags.
Yeah, we need $500 to buy a car key, which is just going to allow us to traverse a little bit faster to some parts. And, go. Nice jump. Yeah, so the physics in this game are a little slidey sometimes. But it's fine. So what are we doing here, French, first off?
Rock's going to be doing a couple of kind of precision jumps that's going to allow us skipping some switches that would get these hanging platforms moving. It kind of allows us to go across from one section of the city to the other. But this is our biggest skip of the game. It's it's a sequence break. We're not supposed to be here until quite a bit later. It skips doing a long cinematic that shows how you got your time ability. Spoiler, it was aliens. We skip the rooftop chase and we skip our first big alien fight. And it skips kind of the worst part of the game casually, which is a long sewer section where you have to platform and you take damage if you fall into the sewer water.
Yeah, so we just entered the back end of the sewer level right now, which just nicely enough, the end of the level trigger is right there. So the game now thinks we've done that sewer level, which is excellent news. And we can speak to Luciano here, who has a shop in the sewer for some reason. We're going to buy that car key.
Yeah, we missed everything, but the city is now overrun by aliens, so Luciano has set up his shop in the sewers for safety.
Right. And he sells weaponry. And car keys.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he doesn't sell any dynamite, because we need to pick up 3 sticks of dynamite.
Yeah.
In order to blow open a wall to get underneath like an alien force field to kind of trigger the boss fight.
Yeah, so we just got our first stick of dynamite back there with the sequence break, and we're off to... Well, first off, we need to do a little fight here to save Elizabeth. The reason for doing this fight is that you have to complete this fight in order for a fella to appear in the alley behind the restaurant who gives you a key to the cemetery, because as of right now, there is no way into the cemetery that we know of without using the key. So, this is why we are here. Ooh. Whoop. Kind of juked me there. It's fine.
Yeah, these little orange aliens are a bit jumpy.
Yeah.
And then these green ones will grab you and try to eat you.
So that was Elizabeth there. We only see her briefly because, well, we're meant to see her a couple more times, but we don't in the speedrun, obviously. So bye, Elizabeth. And yeah, this is the route to the alley to the guy that gives us the key to the cemetery. Where are we going after this, French?
Down to the port, and normally you would trigger the port key by doing a race around the city in about a minute, 10 seconds. But we found a way to hop the fence and just go straight for the dynamite.
Yeah. This skips a lot. You have to do a car ride to get the key to enter the dock, which is driving around a massive loop in a certain amount of time, and you get rewarded with the key. And yeah, we just skip all that by jumping there. So, last dynamite.
Then, yep, we head up to the cemetery now that we have the cemetery key.
Yeah, just a short drive.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking about how the dynamite shows up or why it's a supernatural occurrence.
Yeah, I think the story's open to interpretation. But normally we would not get this health pickup, or you'd only get one. There's two in here. But just because it's a marathon run, I am going to get both of them just in case for the final boss. But yeah, yeah, go ahead.
There's really no explanation, but we run around to the different tombstones and activate some kind of glowing light. When you hit the last one, the bolt of lightning strikes and drops the dynamite on the ground.
There it is.
Alright, so we've got all 3 sticks of dynamite, and we're going to head back to the sewer.
Yeah. There's a nice little skip here, actually, before you go on. When you get in this car, you can reset your checkpoint, and it puts you right back outside the sewer, which is fantastic. So here we are.
Yeah. Not sure if that's a feature or a bug, but normally that would just, if you get your car stuck, hitting square would just kind of reset you back on the road. But for some reason, the first time you do it, it puts you back at the sewer.
Yeah. So we went left before, but now we're going right. A little bonk there, just for good luck. Ooh, rats.
Yeah. This game's really bad about bonking you off walls if you run too close to one.
Yeah. So this is intended damage here. We're skipping a platform that you're supposed to ride through these waters, but you can just kind of intentionally damage yourself through these little gate sections and get through a lot faster. We're at the dynamite wall.
Alright, so that's going to blow up.
Yes.
Another kind of a weird little cutscene.
Yeah, done.
Alright, and then we're going to go out and we're going to do our first spaceship battle.
Yeah, I don't know if this guy has a name or not, I'm not sure, but there he is. He's, I guess, their last line of defense before getting on the mothership, and it's really just spam him with bullets until he dies. That's literally the strat here.
And don't fall off the roof.
And don't fall off the roof, yeah, which can happen. And he's dead.
But we're actually going to hijack his spaceship because he doesn't need it anymore. and we'll take that to get into the mothership.
Yeah, the mothership is the final area of the game. There's 3 branching paths, and in the first 2 branching paths, there's supposed to be 2 fights, but we're actually going to skip them. Do you feel like explaining how that happens there, French?
Yep.
How we skip?
These. Sorry, I blanked.
Go ahead, yeah.
Are you talking about skipping the
Skipping the fights, yeah, and the
fights?
yeah.
All right. Yep. This was recently found that there's a little bit of a tolerance around the circle of the fight platform, where you can land on it and run around it without actually triggering the fight.
Yeah, they're just coming up. Well, this is the first one coming up right now. You'll see exactly what French means here in just a second. So that's the fight platform right there. As long as you stay on the perimeter of it, you're not going to trigger the fight. So that's what I'm intending to do right now. Oof. See, it's quite generous. I veered right into it there and it was fine. So that's nice. Good to know.
We should figure out if that's like a circular trigger, or if it's just like a flat plane that once you're past it, you're past it.
That's true, yeah, because I was really far into the center there. So that's one fight skipped, and we do basically the same on the next side here. Although this platforming section is horrible, just so you know.
That really is a good skip, though, for the fights, because it's 2 waves of those little orange aliens. About, I think there's like 7 or 8 in the first wave, and then like 10 or 12 in the second, and they just run around so much.
Yeah.
Jump at you.
I mean, on average, these 2 little skips save around about a minute of gunplay, basically, which I guess for shots fired isn't great that we're skipping the gunfight, but what can you do? Anyway, you can sprint around it, but I just took that one a little bit careful there. Just walked around. And yeah, that's really about the end of the skips. We do have a final boss now. Which is the alien overlord, I guess.
That's the big one.
It's a big chungus. Yeah. These platforms are horrible. Yeah, go ahead.
I'd say this boss has basically 3 waves, or three possible attacks. They don't seem to come in any order or any reason. But you'll see her swing her big claw hands at you. Is that a fair description?
Yeah, and it throws eggs at you and little minions. It's so random.
Sometimes she'll just straight up purple vomit on you.
Yeah. So time is coming up when I've destroyed all its eyeballs, basically. So get ready on time. It might be a little bit, but just so that you're aware. See how well this goes. So far, not too bad.
Yeah, basically, anytime you're seeing the yellowish orange bursts, that's when you know that you've hit the eyeball. If you're getting the red, it's part of the body and it doesn't count towards actually shooting the eyeball.
My console aiming is being exposed right now. There we go, last one. So time's coming up soonish, hopefully. Time. Not one bit of damage in that boss fight, by the way. Didn't get damaged once, which is crazy. But yeah, that's Timothy versus the aliens. I'm guessing, I don't have the timer on screen, but I'm guessing we were very much underestimate there. Which was thanks to the last new skips at the end there.
13:22.
Oh, that's pretty good. That actually might even be a PB, I'm not gonna lie, on PC. That might be a PB. I'd have to time it, but Yeah, possibly a PB.
Well, if we have time to go, we can talk about the different version differences.
Yeah, there's well, it's available on most consoles and PC. The main difference being loading times, but also there's a couple of skips that are a bit odd, right?
Yeah, this was made by a Spanish company, so we think the first version of the game was the European, and when we were playing on the North American version, we found that some of the skips just don't work. Some of the geometry is a little bit different. Like there's a plank missing in the first Dynamite platform on the European version.
Yeah.
And then they made some other changes for Steam. So it's like every time they started on a new platform, they just didn't roll the changes back to the.
Yeah, they didn't do like a universal patch. They just re-released it with updates, with minor fixes or changes. It's really weird.
My opinion is that the Steam version is the best one.
Yeah, it is. Which is why I don't normally run PC games, it's why I ran this one on PC, because it is the best version of this one, so yeah. Thanks very much for having us. Shots fired. Cheers, Matt, for all your help setting up today, even though it was probably a headache. Enjoy the rest of the marathon, everyone, and anything to say there, French?
Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.